It's not as bad as it sounds. Let me just lead off. Moon nukes, moon nukes is clickbait to the bank on that one. Uh, so first of all, there are plans to return to the moon. This is the Artemis program of NASA. It had a timetable where when you return to the moon, you need a way to, if you're going to stay on the moon, you need a source of energy. An obvious source of energy would be solar power because the moon has it's one day on the moon lasts a month. There's two weeks of sunlight, 2 weeks of darkness, and so you can put solar panels on one side and on the other, and then have continuous energy come in. But or you can sort of send a nuclear reactor, and we live in a time where there's sort of portable, I shouldn't say portable, transportable nuclear reactors that, and they're not big, they're, you know, they're saying 100 kilowatts. So 100 kilowatts, that'll run 100 dishwashers. Okay, that's what it'll do. And okay, but at any time you want to stay somewhere, you need an energy source. So this is not weird. And that might have happened anyway. What the announcement was about today was accelerating that because there's a perceived, real or imagined, competition between our progress in space and that of China and other countries, especially China. But let me say that we are reacting to a perceived threat, and we're very good at that. Go back to Sputnik. Oh my gosh, we need a satellite. There was Yuri Gagarin. Oh, we need an astronaut. Up went John Glenn. So this has been our MO for 60 years. I'm not surprised that we're reacting in this way now. Well, yeah, we have there are prototypes of this kind of reactor. We have to get it to the moon and deploy it. But if you have a reactor there and nobody to use it, that's kind of a little weird. But you get bragging rights. We have the first nuclear reactor on the moon. That has some value geopolitically, I suppose. But the point is, these reactors, these portable, transportable reactors, can sustain energy for years, and they don't succumb to the fact that 2 weeks the moon gets very cold and very dark. It will work the whole time. So that's fine. What is curious to me is this push to be ahead simultaneous with the reduction of scientific funding across the board in so many other sectors that they are not commensurate with one another. We were able to get ahead in the 1960s after being behind because the entire scientific enterprise was stoked by funding flowing by members of Congress. Basically the entire Congress had that foresight, the role and value of innovations in science and technology, in our standing in the world, in our technological progress in the world, in our economic health in the world. These are the forces that are the engines of tomorrow's economies. So this is a weird combination of commands coming out of the administration. We got to be first here, but pull back over there, where so many other tangential innovations take place that cross pollinate in the future. You don't see the cross pollination now, but it happens. And if you don't have that capacity, other countries will. So it's weird, a little odd to me that they're narrowing in on the fact that we're behind China, their timeline. We want to jump ahead of it. But they're not looking at the investments in science that are happening elsewhere that will basically sink the American economy in the coming years, because that's where the growth industries are. Though these are pretty safe reactors. I mean, that nuke is like the one of the two N words that you're not supposed to mention in polite company. So nuclear reactors have come a long way since since 3 Mile Island, and so no, these are small. They're contained, and and it's nuclear fission. It's uranium fission, but it's not. That's not the least of people's problems.